Hearing Take 5 by the Brubeck Quartet, Joe Morello, and it just kind of, I don't know, struck a nerve, so to speak. I was only, like 7 or 8 at the time, but it was really compelling to me. I didn't understand it, of course. It was in 5/4, and pretty radical for, just a young guy. It still is, but that I heard it, and it just kind of mesmerized me, and still does, And that was kind of what, kind of was the spark that started it. I started playing Remo drumheads early on in my career. I've been playing Remo heads for the lion's share of my career. I made a couple of mistakes earlier on, but I was young and I didn't know any better. But I don't even know. I'm embarrassed to say how long I've been playing Remo heads. I didn't even know if they were making Mylar heads when I started using them. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't been quite that long, but it's been for the lion's share of my career. I use clear ambassadors on the bottom heads, on the toms, and I use clear power stroke 3s on the kick drums, and I use clear emperors on the top toms, and coated emperor on the snare drum. I use emperors because they have a really sweet, warm sound, but I can get more than 2 or 3 songs out of a set of them. I like clear heads because I like to be able to kind of sometimes look through the drum and see who's on the other side. The kick drums, I can see through the bass drums and see people in the audience, and I know that's silly, but that's one of the reasons that I use them. And the P3s sound really, really massively wicked on the kick drum. And I use a coated emperor on the snare drum, for, even though I don't get a lot of calls for brush work, in the event that I do some brush work, I have a coated head on the snare drum, coated emperor on that. Do I use different heads in the studio than I do on stage? No. I don't change anything from my live kit when I go in the studio, because if they sound good on stage, why wouldn't they not sound good in the studio? I see guys, they strap wallets and tape wallets and all these different things to their snare drums and different things to their kick drums, shove them full with pillows and stuff when they go in the studio. But again, I'm playing to the mic, which is really close, and the mic is going to hear the same thing whether I'm on a stage or whether I'm in the studio. So I don't change a thing in the studio. Probably 90%, 95% of anything I've recorded. All the Whitesnake stuff I did, different stuff I did with Pat Travers, Ted Nugent, Ozzy, on down the line. Almost, like I said, my lion's share of my career has been spent banging on Remo drumheads. Why do I use Remo drumhead? Without sounding like a used car salesman or something, It's not because I get them for free, because I paid out the nose for them, before I had any endorsement. So I guess that's a good endorsement right there. I was paying, retail for them before I started getting them, gratis. But, there are some people out there that'll actually, give you a little under the table to use their stuff. But that's really not a true endorsement. That's kind of like bribery. I like what I like, and I use the things that fulfill me sonically. With the Emperors, I can get probably 3 to 4 shows, 2-hour shows out of a set of Emperors. That may not sound like a lot to your average drummer out there, but that's a lot of longevity for someone like me.